Are you wondering how much it will cost to build a house? There are a ton of factors that determine the cost to build. Today we're going to walk you through each of those factors and share example costs for different homes. So let's get started. The first factor is the land you're building on. That's going to vary a lot, but we're going to assume you will add that cost yourself when you buy the land. When building a house, many people ask how much it costs per square foot. But that's a lot like estimating a car based on how much it weighs. A mid-size Ford has a similar weight as a mid-size Mercedes, but the cost of each car is going to be very different, right? A house is similar. The size and style might be similar, but the materials used, craftsmanship, and everything in between can change the cost dramatically. With that said, let's go through the big factors that determine the cost to build a house. Size is the first factor. A large house is going to cost more than a small house, but the cost per square foot can be lower. Here's the reason. If you're building a large house, you're going to use more materials than a small house. That's probably obvious. But what's not as obvious is that with the larger house, the most expensive areas, such as kitchen and bathroom, have their costs spread across more square feet of the house. That's why the cost per square foot of a larger home is usually lower than the cost per square foot of a small home. Structural elements are another big factor. For example, the roof, the foundation, etc. Let's dive deeper into this. If the slope of the roof, called the pitch of the roof, is unique compared to standard designs of other houses, then the cost to build is going to be higher. For the foundation, the cost will be lower if the foundation has four corners, such as a square or rectangle, rather than different shape or multiple angles. In both of these situations, it makes sense that it would take more time and material to make the roof and the foundation in a unique way. That's why the cost is higher. Certain aspects of the style of house can increase the cost too, such as number of windows, window styles, etc. Let's talk about quality of materials and workmanship. These can be extremely significant factors and cause the cost of building similar houses to be significantly different. Before we go into this, it's important to understand that you can use materials that are not as costly as other options, but are still very attractive choices. In short, you can get great material that is not poor quality and still have the attractiveness and wow factor of much more expensive materials. Here are a few examples. Remember how we said the kitchen and bathrooms are the most expensive parts of the home you're building? This is also where the material cost can vary dramatically. When you're building a bathroom, there are a few big factors that impact cost. The shower or bathtub, the toilet, the cabinetry, the sink, the countertops, etc. All of these parts of the bathroom can vary significantly in cost. When you're choosing bathtubs and countertops, keep this in mind. A kitchen is where the cost can skyrocket if you're not careful. There's nothing wrong with wanting a stunning kitchen with all the bells and whistles, but don't underestimate the costs. Here's an example. The same size kitchen could vary by $20,000 or more depending on features such as countertops, cooking range, etc. So when you're planning the kitchen and bathroom, shop around for high quality but reasonable cost features if cost is a concern. You can also shop around for all other materials for the house. The more work you do in shopping around for materials, the lower the cost will be. The final factor is what state you're building the home in. Costs of labor and materials can vary by state, so it's important to research costs in your state. There are data sources that give you a multiplier to use for different states. This will help you estimate the cost to build a specific home in your state. Now let's share some examples. A basic 2,000 square foot home with a standard roof and a two-car garage might cost around $80 per square foot. That's $160,000. With this house, you're not going to have a steeply pitched roof or big archways in the front entryway. It's a standard house. A little bigger house with 2,200 square feet, a three-car garage, stonework around the bottom, and a steeper pitched roof might cost around $90 per square foot. That's $198,000. Notice how a bigger garage, some stonework, a steeper roof, and 200 more square feet of space added $38,000 in cost to the building estimate. A more customized 2,400 square foot design with a unique hip roof style, more windows, and a porch can bring the cost per square foot up to $100. That's $240,000. Lastly, a 2,600 square foot house with an extremely customized design, lots of windows, and stonework along the entire exterior might cost $110 per square foot. That's $286,000. As you can see, the biggest factors, such as overall design and style, can impact the cost significantly. Making one or two changes in design can add $30,000 or more in costs. And these estimates use the same standard kitchen, bathroom, and other materials. If you use different material inside, the cost could vary. So what's next? We talked about a lot of information, but you're probably still not quite sure how much the house you want to build will cost. We can help you. Our website has hundreds of house designs you can browse through to find your favorite house. We can then send you a cost to build estimate for the house. We factor in everything we talked about today and more. We can send your estimate within 24 hours. Just tell us which house you want an estimate for. There is usually a small fee for the cost to build report, but you can use the coupon code provided to get a cost to build absolutely free. Visit our website to see all of our house plans and to get your free cost to build report today.